Welcome to Season 3 of The Breakdown, the official podcast of the Breakaway Roping Journal and calfroping.com. This season, we're diving into both the breakaway and calf roping like never before, bringing you the personalities, successes, and horses that make these events great.
You can expect training tips from the top ropers, stories from the road, and industry news that goes beyond the numbers.
I'm Taylor Vollen, your calf roping host.
And I'm Lillian Kent, your breakaway host.
And this is The Breakdown.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Breakdown. I'm your host Lillian, and today we are diving into a fun episode with author, motivational speaker, and professional coach Donene Taylor. We thought with the end of the year coming up that now would be a perfect time to get our minds right headed into 2025. And Donene is fantastic about teaching you how to set big goals and get your mindset right surrounding competition. I honestly felt like I had met a long-lost family member or something. I'm sure you can tell in the episode, Donene and I had a fantastic time, and I absolutely cannot wait to share this one with you. But before we dive in, I do need to give a little shout out to the sponsor of today's episode, Purina. Purina has a really neat feed finder program where you go on their website and you put in all your horse's specifics. It's like taking a little quiz, and they give you some of their recommended feeds for your horse. It's really great if you don't have an idea on where to start with their extensive line of feeds, and I'll be telling you a little bit more about it at the break. But for now, it's time to rope. Let's go. Well, good morning, Donene. Thank you for taking some time to chat with me this morning on the Breakdown podcast.
Good morning, Lillian. So great to see you. Excited that I get to meet you. Excited for the conversation.
Yes, ma'am. It should be a good one. Before we get too far down the rabbit hole of sports psychology, would you like to just tell the listeners a little bit about yourself and as far as kind of what your profession has looked like in this art of training rodeo competitors?
Oh, my stars. Yeah, I'd love to. I am a mental performance coach, and I've been doing this. Well, it'll be coming on 9 years. And I started doing this after I ran down my world title in the Women's Professional Rodeo Association in the tie down calf roping in 2016. And, I wrote down that bold goal when I was 14 to be a world champ. And I got it done in 2016 when I was 52. It took me 38 years to run it down. And I mean, of course, I needed to gather all the horsemanship skill sets, the technical skill sets, the rope and skill sets. But one thing that kept holding me back, the glitch I needed to repair, the gap I needed to close was my mental performance. And once I figured that out and closed that gap, everything changed for me. And it was just so enlightening for me. I'm like, man, that's what I want to do. I want to help others, close the gap from where they are to where they want to be with their mental performance.
Mm-hmm. And you have several books now, and this is like your full-time gig. You just consumed with helping all sorts of rodeo kids and everything.
Well, and I have two books. I have Art of a Champion and Master the Art of Winning. And I do get to coach like some of the best people on the planet with mental performance and a lot of rodeo athletes from, I like to say, from 10 to 72 years old. It's
Amazing.
quite a range, and in all different skill sets, all different associations. And I do that. I have workshops that I get to set up and go different places and do the workshops. I'm also a roper. I'm 60 years old. I still rope. I still compete. I still work at it. And I'm still running down my bold goals. I have a couple really amazing bold goals that I'm running down right now myself. It's what gets me up in the morning, fired up, and it's a lather, rinse, repeat. I think I love the Surman Hillary quote. It's not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. And setting those bold goals and running them down and then seeing even another bold goal, a bigger bold goal, and running it down. Man, that's what helps us to become the optimal version of ourselves.
I totally agree. And I'm realizing the further I go in life that everyone's optimal looks different, right? Like, not everyone is going to be the Olympian, but everyone has their optimal and everyone can achieve it.
Absolutely. And gosh, well said. Absolutely. And what I have found, I mean, I'm all about setting bold goals. And, and it's not for everybody. Some folks like, man, I don't set the bold goal. Like I just do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And here's like, well, let's pause here a second. Okay. I really believe in setting the bold goal because if you don't know where you're going to go, if you don't know where you're going, you might not get there because you could be going in the wrong direction. It's kind of like, I want to go to Vegas. Awesome. But you go east to New Jersey, you get on the wrong road. I mean, I'm not saying you won't get to Vegas, the city of lights, but it's going to take you a lot longer and it might be a pretty dang frustrating trip. So, setting the bold goal, it really gives you, that North Star, what you want to aim towards. And what I've learned, the bold goal, I mean, it's amazing, especially when you attain it. But the bold goal truly isn't the prize. It's who you become in the process of running it down, attaining the skill sets, becoming the person who is capable of running down the bold goal. That's the true prize. That's the trophy.
That's so true because it's really easy to get focused on the end. I actually have on my screensaver right now, enjoy the path on the way to the destination, because I get really caught up in the end and I get so zoned in that I don't even enjoy myself on the way. And then if the end isn't maybe what you wanted, it can be such a letdown. And it's like, wait a minute, you had all this time to really soak in all these amazing experiences and learning experiences and everything on the way that it can be a letdown, say, if you didn't meet the bold goal that you talk about.
Yeah. And okay, I love your I love your screensaver. I love your example. And here's the thing. You said the word end. Hey, there is no end. There is no there. Think about this. Man, I love Larry D. Guy. I love Hope Thompson. They have been just game changers for me. They changed my life in so many ways. Okay. Now, Larry D, 10-time world champion. Hope Thompson, 4-time world champion. Larry D's won 2 collegiate championships. Hope's won a collegiate championship, both in the breakaway. Here's the deal. If their bold goal was like, hey, I want to win a championship, and they get it done and they're like, man, I'm there, they would have never won another championship. There is no there. And when you focus on the process, and we hear that a lot, process. What is process? Process is the steps that you get to take to run down the bold goal. And then when you hit the bold goal, man, you get to run down a whole new set of process steps to run down another bold goal and then another bold goal. It's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, I'm just imagining kind of like a mountain range, a bold goal is the top, but then you get to one mountain and you summited it and you're like, yes, did it, check. But then you have all these other opportunities and all these other mountains to climb ahead of you if you choose that.
Yeah. Okay. So I gave you like my Sir Edmund Hillary quote that I love, right? Like that is the quote for 2024 for me. I got it on my wall. Oh, you could see the back of my wall on a really cool
Can you tell us again?
Sure. Sir Edmund Hillary said, "It's not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves." And Sir Edmund Hillary, he is the first man, along with his Sherpa Tenzing Norgay, to summit Mount Everest, May 29th, 1953, at 11:30 a.m. Okay, I may be a little bit of a nerd about it. I love those 2 men. I mean, just reading about them, learning about them, it's so cool. Here's a little story because you mentioned the mountain range. So here we go. So Sir Edmund Hillary, he summited Mount Everest with his Sherpa, and him and Tenzing Norgay, they come back down, they get to the base camp, and there's all these reporters there, and they're asking him, Sir Edmund Hillary, well, he wasn't Sir yet, but Mr. Hillary, what was it like to be on the summit of Mount Everest? And Edmund Hillary says, "Oh, it was incredible, incredible. And while I was up there, I saw it's the Himalayan mountain range. I saw another range of mountains that sparked me, to go climb. And I could cut out a path of how I could get there." He's standing on the top of Mount Everest, and he's scoping for another mountain to climb. And he's cutting a pathway to get up there. That's what I heard you say.
And I love that you're like giving the credit to the Sherpa too, because I feel like we're just bouncing off each other with like the feely things. But like you always need help, right? You need your backup, you need your Sherpa in your life.
Oh my gosh. My elite inner circle is ginormous in running down my bold goals. And I'll tell you, my kryptonite, like Superman, right? Like the thing would knock Superman to his knees. His kryptonite, right, was kryptonite, right? My kryptonite was not asking for help.
Mm.
I would not. I mean, that's how I grew up, right? Hey, if we can't do it on our own, we don't ask for help. Like we don't ask for help. And once I made my kryptonite of not asking for help my superpower, man, that shifted everything. I really started to understand, man, it's all about the relationships that you're building along the way. And this running down, my world championship, man, it became about relationship building. It became about asking for help. It became a lot about how do I rally back from failures and challenges. And that elite inner circle that I have built, and I've continued to build on it, just an incredible part of being able to do that at a high level, at a high level.
Well, and I personally get a lot of satisfaction out of helping people, right? And I kind of also don't want to ask for help, right? You're tough, you can do it yourself. Why would you bother or burden somebody asking for help? But then I don't remember who had asked me. They said, "Lillian, but don't you love helping people?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, love helping people." And they're like, "Well, then you are denying them that experience of getting to help you because you're not asking for help. You are doing both of you a disservice."
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. And you know what? I get to help a lot of coaches. And I hear this. I mean, we are bouncing off each other. I love your energy. Oh my gosh. I help a lot of coaches. And what I hear consistently from the coaches that I get to help is they'll say, "Donene, I am I'm so good at helping others. I'm a great coach. I help them like like cheer themselves on. I keep them positive. I keep them focused on the process. I really help them take their eyes off the outcome and the timeline and all the things." But Donene, when it comes to me, man, I'm a big bully to myself. I can't not focus on the outcome. And I'm like, hey, you're going to be such a much you're going to be a much better coach when you are your own best coach, when you can talk to yourself in a way that's cheering yourself on, that's talk to yourself like you're your own best friend, when you can reverse engineer your bold goals and really walk the walk that you're talking and follow the process and build systems just like you're helping your athletes do. You're going to be even a better coach because, and here's why, because you cannot give what you do not have.
That's good. That's good. And I'm just thinking another thing that has been said to me is you are the only person who's with you all the time. You might have a really positive person in your life that lifts you up, or your mom or your partner, But at the end of the day, if your self-talk is crummy, that is the only one that's in your mind 24/7. There's only so much help that someone else can give you.
Yeah, you get to lead you. You get to lead you. I mean, leadership is a commitment that you make to yourself. And the most important person you're ever going to lead is yourself. And you lead it with, how you said, with your talk, with your beliefs, with your actions. Oh my gosh. I get this a lot. I get this a lot with I work with a lot of youngers, but I work with all ages. And what I find is a lot of parents, or maybe their spouse, or maybe their friends, or maybe their elite inner circle, okay? Man, they want for you more than what you want for you. And they actually work harder for it than you're willing to work harder for it. And they believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And I tell the parents or the elite inner circle or the person I'm coaching, hey, no one can want it more than you want it. No one can work for it harder than you're willing to work for it. And no one can believe in you more than you can believe in yourself. And that's pivotal when you wrap your head around that.
I love it. I love it. Well, we've just been bouncing off each other, having so much fun these last, couple minutes. And I never even got to set up the whole reason we actually we got on this call today, which is to talk about goal setting. And I don't know about everyone else, but I'm already kind of looking at 2025 and I'm thinking about some things that I'd like to change and make better, both, physically, mentally, with my horses. And I want to be able to give those tools to our breakaway ropers and, hopefully give them a space to pick up some tips and figure out what they want to do with their 2025.
Man, okay. I love it. I love it. And hey, I have a system. I mean, I do have a system. I have a system for setting bold goals, because some folks, they're like, man, I just don't even know what a bold goal is. I don't know how to set it. And yeah, there's a system for that. And just briefly, like, the bold goal for me is something that just scares the dickens out of you. Like you don't know, like you don't have everything you need to go run it down. Okay. Like I shared earlier, like I have a business bold goal and I have a rope and bold goal. And do I have all the things that I need to run that down right here, right now? No, no. However, the bold goal set, and it acts as a North Star. And when I get up in the morning, that North Star, it directs every single step I make all day long. Either I'm working towards that rope and bold goal, or I'm working towards this really cool project, this business bold goal that I'm working on.
We're going to take a quick break from today's episode to tell you about our sponsor, Purina. Confidently address your horse's unique weight needs and help optimize their overall well-being with research-proven Purina animal nutrition feeds, designed by passionate equine nutritionists. Partner with Purina to nourish your horse to their optimal body condition. Explore weight management resources for your horse today at purinamills.com/feed-finder. Special thanks again to Purina for supporting today's episode of The Breakdown.
Here's part of the system. It's taken inventory. Like, what do you need to accomplish that bold goal? Measuring, taking inventory, like identifying, like this is what I do. Like, what are the habits and skills? What are the habits and skills that I currently have? My strengths that'll help me run it down. What are some habits and skills that are needs works that'll help me run it down? What are some habits and skills I haven't even thought of yet, that I will need? Who's in my elite inner circle that can help me run it down? Who could I bring in to my elite inner circle that could help me run it down? And then what are the resources? What are resources that I have that can help me run it down? What are resources I need to acquire to help me run it down? Like taking that type of inventory is very, very helpful. And then it's breaking down in process, like what are the 1, 2, or 3 things that when I attain this, master this, it'll upgrade me, level me up so I can work on something different. It is a step-by-step process. For instance, so like if you have a bold goal, like, and I write it like as I am the 2025, or I am the 2026 WPRA Rookie of the Year, whatever. I'm just giving you an example, okay? And then okay, what is your current season bold goal? Well, I'm going to level up my fitness. I'm going to fill my permit. I'm going to work on, these type of horsemanship skills. It's a build. It really is a build. And then I build it out into 30-day goals. Like what am I going to work on this 30 days? And I got worksheets. I got worksheets that I give like my clients to work on. So I break it down for me, like fitness goals, mindset goals, roping goals. That's how I don't know if that's where you're wanting to go.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So if someone's say they have this bold goal for themselves and things are going awry, things are not going well, maybe a horse gets hurt, they're not roping well. How do you troubleshoot when things start going wrong?
First of all, I don't judge it.
Okay.
I don't judge it. Okay. So it's not good. It's not bad. It's not right. It's not wrong. It is. This is what's happening. And when you can radically accept whatever's happening, it gives you power, because you're going to own it and you're going to accept your spot in it. And when you own 100% of everything, you're not blaming, complaining, being defensive, making excuses. You own 100% of everything. Now you have the power to change it and make it better.
I love that.
Language is so powerful. It's removing the judgment, the comparing, the labeling, and accepting. Give me an example, Donene. How would you set a bold goal? Give me an example. I'll give you an example.
I am an amateur breakaway roper that wants to start entering with more of the open girls and dipping my toe into the pro rodeos. How can I set a bold goal for myself that is pushes me, but also is attainable at the same time?
Sure. And I would set the bold goal, whether it's maybe the bold goal, Lillian, is to get to the association finals. Or, hey, go bolder. My goal is to win the association. Okay. And a lot of people, this is where they get stuck, is they think if I set it January 1st and I don't have it done by the end of the season or by next January, I failed. That's not it. That's not it at all. When I ran down my bold goal, I wrote a contract with myself, and I write about this in Heart of a Champion. And on the contract, I made it a 3-year contract. Hey, for 3 years, I'm going to give it all I got. I'm going to no stop, no start, no quit. I am truly married to this contract. Signed it, dated it for 3 years. I was
3
going all
years
in,
is intense.
going all out. Okay, well, but I told you, it took me 38 years to get that goal done. Okay, 3 years was a drop in the bucket.
True.
Okay,
True.
3 years. Okay, after 3 years, Lillian, I didn't attain it. I didn't attain it. And when I wrote the contract, I'm like, okay, when I first wrote it, I'm like, okay, 3 years, give it all I got. And at the end of the 3 years, if I get my goal, great. If I don't, I can either, let that goal go, or I can renegotiate my contract. After the third year, I renegotiated the contract. I'm like, this is it. I told Larry D, man, this is it. This is it. I'm going to seal the deal. I didn't seal the deal, Lillian. Okay. So now I'm like, okay, now what do I do? And I mean, I am like sitting in my trailer at Waco, 2015, did not win it. My husband's sitting there, and I am like bawling my eyes out, like snot running out of my nose. Not a pretty sight. And I tell Stan, I'm like, man, I left it all out there, Stan. I don't know. I mean, should I just quit? And Stan said, you do whatever you want to do. But if I was you, I would go to every single one of these rodeos next year, because look how far you've come. And so I renegotiated my contract. So my 3-year contract is now a 5-year contract. And in 2016, I run it down. The bold goal isn't meant to be accomplished in a year.
Is it when you set a goal and you set a contract and you don't accomplish it, is it easy to lose faith in yourself and think, maybe this isn't for me, maybe I can't do it?
Well, and you wonder why it took me 38 years to accomplish it? Because I had a lot of start, stop moments. And what I learned was that, hey, the struggle, the challenges, the obstacles, the failure, that is built into the process of running down bold goals. There's nothing wrong. When things go off the rails, when the yogurt of life hits the fan, it's built into the process, Lillian. And that's a lot of what I help my athletes with, is like, hey, the struggle is necessary. Everybody says the struggle's real. The struggle, it's necessary. The struggle is what helps you to run down the bold goal.
I like that mindset, because instead of things going really wrong, being a departure from the train tracks, you're like, oh no, that was on the itinerary.
Hey, it's like, bring it on. Is that all you got? Like, come on. I love it. I love it when my weaknesses get exposed, because now I'm going to learn something. I love it when things go off the rails. Right on. Now we're going to get better. You're getting benchmarks. And I write about this in Master the Art of Winning. Benchmarks. Every time you go and show, you go and rodeo, you get a result. That is data. That's a benchmark. And that benchmark has nothing to do with your self-worth. Nothing to do with your self-worth. A lot of the athletes I work with, and I know I was right in there with them. That is really what is really the extra value I bring, is because I have walked this walk with them and continuing to walk the walk with them. Okay, Lillian Greenwood's song, like God Bless the USA. Like, if tomorrow all the things are gone, I've worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Okay. And I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Okay. The whole, the little part of it that really lands for me when we're talking about self-worth, the results that you get in the arena, that doesn't define you. That is not what your self-worth is built around. Your self-worth is built around the things they can't take away, the intrinsic things. So here's the thing. If I lost the horses, the rig, the world title, all my clients, I lost everything. Okay. I lost everything. I know with all my heart, I would bounce back faster, bigger, bolder, better because of what they can't take away. You cannot take my grit away, my perseverance away, my hard work ethic away. You cannot take my kindness, my compassion, my communication skills. You can't take, there's so much you can't take away. And that's what defines our self-worth. A lot of folks, when they don't get the bold goal or they miss the mark, like you said, on the to-do list, hey, dig deep. What's inside of you? That's what counts. You can rally back from it.
Oh, I love it so much. I feel like we could talk forever about all of this. But okay, is there anything that you want to get in here before we sign off and kind of like a little parting message for the breakaway ropers who are looking to 2025 and making goals for themselves?
Well, I really want to encourage them to set the bold goal, to be courageous and strong and brave and set the bold goal and then reverse engineer it. And, when you struggle, when, not if, when you struggle, ask for help. Asking for help has been ginormous in my life. I've worked with over a couple dozen different coaches over the last 10 to 12 years. And success leaves clues. And when if you're struggling, if you're getting the same results every single year, you want to not get on that insanity loop. You want to ask for help. You want to learn how to do it differently, how to do it better. You want to keep leveling up.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time today. And I cannot wait to put this podcast together. It's going to be a good one.
Oh my gosh, Lillian, you're the best. You add so much value to what you do. And I love the Breakaway Rope and Journal.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, we will catch you later. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Breakdown. I hope you enjoyed that just as much as I did, and I cannot wait to have Donene back on the podcast in 2025 to talk a little bit more about goals and how to maybe get through slumps. There's tons of things we could cover, so if you have any ideas, give us a shout and let us know. Looking ahead, as you may know, we are headed to Las Vegas here pretty soon for the NFBR and NFR. You can expect some NFBR related podcasts as well as nightly calf roping podcasts with the go-round winners at the Thomas & Mack. Special thanks again to Purina for sponsoring today's episode, and I will catch you guys next time on The Breakdown.